All right, what's up, guys? So, back with another one, this time talking about Strive. So, Strive, we've been talking about Strive. I've been doing exhibition matches. We talked about the live stream. But right after that, they put out a little, Famitsu, I believe, was the article. So, they had some new information and some new screenshots. So, if you haven't seen it, boom, here we go. So, this is the first one. There's no real new news here, so you can just look at the pretty pictures and everything. If you look up there at Kai, something's kind of messed up, you see? Something's weird with his eye. Something's going on with Kai. I don't know. So again, they're doing an introduction to the characters and just talking about how the game is working right here. And here's a sample of a new super for Kai. We don't know, don't know if that's an instant kill, a new super move or something. Does it say it? Yeah, it says, Aratana Hisatsuwaza, I think. It's very small. But yeah, so it's a new super move. New super. He's got a Sharingan, I guess. I don't know. And then one more page right there, just showing off, the new characters, Giovanna and Nagoriyuki, and you see a little screenshot right there of his super. You can go find these scans online if you can't get Famitsu here. But, what happened there? Whoops, sorry. So why am I talking about this? There's nothing to really talk about in 3 pages of screenshots. Well, there is something in here. It's on page 2. They mentioned, this got everyone very, very upset. People are furious right now. People are going crazy. But right here, it says they're talking about the online lobby system right there. So online lobby is being renewed, like a renewal right there. So you see the little dot avatars. It's very small, but you see, there's Sol, there's Kai, there's Mei, there's Potemkin. And it looks like the lobby got a little bit of a visual upgrade. But the news basically says that they are sticking with the pixel lobbies that we saw in the beta. They're like, we're sticking with them. We're very proud of them. They're like, it's a 3D model and a 2.5D plane. They're really promoting about how much customization you can do, right? They're really, really, really pushing. Like, you can customize however you want. Daisuke said that was a problem with the old Exerd. He's like, the old Exerd lobbies, you could customize the head and the color, and that was it. It didn't give a lot of, individuality or personality. Like, who cares? Who cares? I don't know. But yeah, I made another video way back during the beta. This was a disaster. So if you're new, if you weren't following around back then, I think it was about April, right? If you weren't following around back in April, that was when the beta came out. The lobbies were an absolute disaster. Not only, first of all, obviously the looks, right? People are like, what the hell is that? What does that have to do with Guilty Gear? Originally, there was literally nothing to connect to Guilty Gear. Right, we see right here that now they started adding character skins that you can equip and stuff, but again, it doesn't feel Guilty Gear, right? It just feels like the pixels there. But that wasn't just it, right? So the problem wasn't just that the art was ugly and it didn't feel like Guilty Gear. It was the lobby was a huge pain in the ass. It was hard to connect to people. People would come up to you and just fight you even if you didn't want to fight them. People would just clump up in the middle, so there's 50 dudes standing there, and you couldn't actually choose who you wanted to do. You kept dropping out of matches. It was just terrible there. So the feedback what was it, on a scale of 5, I think? There was a feedback form, a scale of 5. The lobby got the lowest out of everything in the entire form. Lobby had a 1.5 out of 5, I think. They heard that feedback, and they're like, no, we're running with it. We're going with it. We're going with it right there. So the lobby system is staying like that. They assured us, they're like, we understand there are problems in the beta, but we're going to make it so that you can directly connect to people so that you don't have to go through all that stuff. There's no concrete details, but they at least acknowledge that they recognize it was a problem. But again, we're sticking with this pixel. We're sticking with this pixel junk. The other thing that I think people are really blowing out of proportion is they said they're going to remove rank matches. To some people, that means a lot if you grind ranked matches, but, in my experience of just playing these games more and more and more, most people don't grind ranked. A lot of people are going to hit ranked. You'll rank up to gold in, a day, a week, and then that's it. You go back and you protect. You play in the lobby. You just never run ranked again. So I played, there's not even dozens, but, multiple online games, anime games at least, and rank's never been a thing for this. So they're trying to switch it around to a floor system. Now, this is another thing that I seem to have I got questions about. So the floor system is cool at first. It sounded really cool to me, as in, let's say there's 10 floors, right? And based on your placement, there's not points. You don't actually see your points, but based on your placement, you go up to a floor. So if you're on floor 8, you can't fight anybody below you. So it's supposed to be only good players. So if you make it to floor 10, the highest floor, only gods are playing on that floor. That's the premise. But anybody can join. So being locked on the 10th floor means you can't go down, but it means other people can come up. So that's going to be definitely messed up, because people always, even when we're playing in the Exert lobbies, there's dudes from like Europe, there's dudes from Ohio just jumping in there with like 23 frame delay trying to fight like Omito, and it's like, I thought it was cool if it was locked out. So if it was like, that's a thing that you have to learn or you have to earn. It's like, damn, I really want to play the guys on the 9th floor, but I have to like get better. I can't go up there. But now anybody can go, so I don't get the point. But that seems like it's going to be the replacement for the ranked mode there. One thing that they didn't mention, and this is something I don't think they're going to implement, but I want to talk about lobbies. I mentioned it before. Look, let me show this. This is a good example. So, crowd favorite, fan favorite, fighting game legend, Mike Ross. Everybody loves him. He was recently playing Grand Blue Versus, and he was streaming it. And let's watch this little video. Nothing. Go somewhere else. Check out Los Angeles. Check out West Coast. Why is the music so fitting? Stop. All right, that's enough. All right, that's enough. Let's cut that off. As you saw in the video right there, so Mike is going on, and he's trying to find someone to play, and there's 0 people in the lobby. Does that mean he's the only person online? No, it doesn't. You know, the same thing happens in Guilty Gear. The same thing happens not in BlazBlue. BlazBlue, they grind in the lobbies. But even though Arxis games have a lobby system, people don't use it, right? The players don't use it. The players, they play in private rooms and stuff. So the problem with that to me is that if you're like Mike Ross and you don't have a room to go to, you just want to like jump on and play, that's what the lobby is for. But if the players aren't using the lobby, that makes the game look really bad. So every single time I'm net playing any game, people always hop in. They're like, what? There's people in the lobby? There's people in the lobby? I'm like, yeah, in Japan, people play in the lobby. And then people in the chat are like, we play the game. Like, it's always like, oh, my area of the game's dead. Then people are like, no, we play. You just have to like come to the Discord and come to the private room. Like, I don't like that at all. I don't like the option. I feel like if they're going to add lobbies, personally, I think they should be mandatory. Juna, you have no idea what you're talking about. Well, look at this one. So Dragon Ball does that. Dragon Ball FighterZ works exactly, even though it says offline here. The Dragon Ball FighterZ lobby, there is no like menu. You have to log in, get into this lobby, and then from here is where you can play. So if you're offline, this is basically the menu, but you get your little avatar down there. There's training mode over to the left, the versus mode up there on the top right, the ranked is up there on the top. They have single player modes here. And then right here in the lobby, if you want to have a player match, if you want to have a private room, you can just make a little, they call it like a ring. You make a little ring that is visible to all players. So if Mike Ross, was playing Dragon Ball and he didn't have anyone to play with and he hopped in the lobby, even if everyone was playing private rooms, he would at least see them, right? He would at least be like, oh, there are people playing my game. They're just in a private lobby right now. I can't join them right there. I think that should be 100% mandatory. But I haven't heard them mention it about this new lobby. They are saying, though, for Strive, he's like, there's going to be games. There's going to be all sorts of cool things. There's going to be all sorts of stuff. So hopefully, I really hope they'll take a page from Dragon Ball. They'll force the lobby. And then maybe one day we can get DLC for the pixels. I don't know. But yeah, again, that's just the news right there. So what do you guys think? The pixels, I don't expect anybody to say they like it. It's fine if you like it, that's great. But I think it's overwhelmingly a negative reception. But how do you feel about ranked mode? How do you feel about the removal of ranked mode? I personally, I'm completely fine with it. But there's some people on Twitter who are just going crazy. They're very, very upset. So let me know if you think it's important or not. Let me know what you want to see in the lobby system. Leave a comment, and thanks for watching. Peace.